Welcome to Shujin Academy VGM Club. I'm Professor Tom, your faculty sponsor. Today's opening track is Marble Gallery from Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the PlayStation, composed by Michiru Yamane. Yamane's name is going to show up again in just a minute, because this is once again June, and that means the VGM podcast community has once more decided to do Masters of VGM. Just like the last 2 years, we're all doing special episodes devoted to honoring great VGM composers, and for this year's Masters of VGM theme, we've chosen female, trans, and genderqueer composers working in VGM. I started off the show with a track from Michiru Yamane, who's one of the 6 women I'm honoring today. Yamane attended college at Aichi Prefectural University of the Arts, where she studied composition, and she joined Konami right out of college in 1988, becoming a member of the Konami Kuheiha Club, the company's in-house sound team. Her first credit as lead composer is on 1989's Ganbare Goemon 2, and she went on to work on the Rocket Knight Adventures series, several shooters, Pro Evolution Soccer, and Suikoden 4, among others. Oh yeah, and she's also known for working on the Castlevania series. In fact, she's the single composer most associated with the franchise. Although she didn't work on the earliest games, she did join in with Castlevania Bloodlines for the Genesis, and she worked on a ton of other games, including Symphony of the Night, some of the Game Boy Advance games, the DS and 3DS games, and even on Lament of Innocence. Because I want to honor several composers on this show, I'm limiting myself to 2 songs per composer. Yamane gets a bonus track because she did the intro, and now I'm going to play another track from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It'll be Dracula's Castle, one of the game's early tracks. I chose to feature Symphony of the Night because I think it's Yamane's best-known work, but I'm also going to feature a song from Skullgirls, a lesser-known game that Yamane contributed to. That song will be Moonlit Melee. Let's listen now. Those songs were Dracula's Castle from Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Moonlit Melee from Skullgirls, both composed by Michiru Yamane. For our second songstress, I've picked out Yumi Satake, also known by her maiden name Yumi Kinoshita. She was active as a game music composer from 1990 until 2008, known for her work on the Pets with a Z series, Sword World, Virtual Highlight, and, most notably, T&E Soft's True Golf Classic series of golfing games for the PC-98, Genesis, and Super NES. I think her work on the golf games represents her strongest compositions, so we're going to hear 2 songs from her time at T&E. First up, it'll be Title Screen from True Golf Classic's Waialae Country Club, and after that, it'll be Course 1 from Wicked 18. Although both games came out on a variety of platforms, I'm using the SNES versions of the soundtracks because I like them the best. Someone else out there may be using the PC-98 or Genesis soundtracks instead, and power to them. I'm not 110% sure that Satake composed the Wicked 18 track, since song-by-song credits are impossible to come by for that particular game, but I'm just going to pretend because it's too good not to play. Let's hear some songs, shall we? Those songs were Title Screen from True Golf Classics' Waialae Country Club and Course 1 from Wicked 18, both composed by Yumi Satake. Moving right along to our third master of VGM, I'm honoring Manami Matsumae. She joined Capcom's sound team in 1987 and composed the soundtracks for the first Mega Man game, Mercs, and UN Squadron, among others. After 3 years at Capcom, she left to become a freelance composer, and she's been that way ever since, contributing to multiple games in the Derby Stallion franchise, Batman Return of the Joker, Esper Dream 2, Vegas Stakes, and Shovel Knight, among many others. From a music theory perspective, Matsumae uses the third Lydian mode to invoke feelings of excitement and longing in the user, working with minor chords to invoke harmonies of something or other. I just made all of that up, actually. I don't know anything about music theory except what little I've learned from listening to fellow VGM podcaster Super Marcato Bros. What I do know is that I like what Matsumae composes, so we're going to hear some songs from her now. First up, it'll be Cutman from Mega Man for the NES, followed by 1,000 Leagues Below, Iron Whale, from Shovel Knight, which is a multi-platform game for modern systems and not an NES game, even though it looks and sounds like an NES game. Here we go! Those songs were Cutman from Mega Man and A Thousand Leagues Below, Iron Whale from Shovel Knight, both composed by Manami Matsumae. For our fabulous fourth composer, it's Yoko Shimomura, another veteran of Capcom's sound team who went on to do even more stuff. I already featured her on the first year of Masters of VGM, but I'm featuring her again because she's awesome and she deserves to be here. She's a classically trained composer who started work at Capcom in 1988, where she composed the iconic score for Street Fighter II and several other games. She left Capcom in 1993 and went to Square, where she worked on Live Alive, Super Mario RPG, Front Mission, Legend of Mana, and Parasite Eve. In 2002, she left Square and became a freelancer, although she's still done quite a bit of work for Square, including composing multiple Kingdom Hearts games and Final Fantasy XV. I covered her in depth way back in the first Masters of VGM, back in episode 15, so after you hear these songs I'm gonna play, you can check out that episode to hear more of her. For Shimomura's contributions to today's show, it'll be Bowser's Castle Second Time from Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo, and Valse di Fantastica from Final Fantasy XV for modern platforms. Those songs were Bowser's Castle Second Time from Super Mario RPG and Valse di Fantastica from Final Fantasy XV. Next up, it's our fifth composer, Soyo Oka. She studied composition at Osaka College of Music, and Oka is best known for her time at Nintendo, where she worked from 1987 to 1995. While at Nintendo, she worked on the soundtracks for Ice Hockey, Super Mario Kart, SimCity, and Pilotwings, among others. After leaving Nintendo, she's become a freelancer who worked on corporate videos, advertisements, and anime. This is a VGM podcast, though, so I'm going to stick to playing her game music. First up, it'll be Metropolis from the SNES version of SimCity, and then it'll be Rocketbelt from Pilotwings for the Super Nintendo. Check it out now. Those songs were Metropolis from the SNES version of SimCity and Rocketbelt from Pilotwings. And that brings us to our last official master of VGM, Yuki Iwai. Not to be confused with her husband and frequent collaborator Takayuki Iwai, Yuki Iwai is best known for her time at Capcom, where she started in 1991. Her first works were on the Gargoyle's Quest games, but she went on to compose music for Goof Troop, Mega Man X, Mega Man X2, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Street Fighter 3 New Generation, and quite a few others. I couldn't find much biographical information about her, except that she was married to fellow Capcom composer Takayuki Iwai in 1996, and they went on to collaborate together both during their time at Capcom and afterwards. I guess I can make some stuff up? Let's try that! In addition to her work as a composer, Yuki Iwai is best known for her work as an Antarctic explorer, where she's mapped almost 10% of the continent and done significant work in the field of penguin husbandry. Yeah, that all sounds cool. Let's go with that. Anyway, I do know that she's a great composer, and I like the energy she brings to her work. As with our other honorees, we'll hear 2 songs from Mrs. Iwai, Sinister Gleam from Mega Man X2, and Tomboy, Stage Africa from Street Fighter III, New Generation. Those songs were Sinister Gleam from Mega Man X2 and Tomboy, Stage Africa from Street Fighter III New Generation, both composed by Yuki Iwai. I've gone through 6 different women who are great Masters of VGM, but I want to do a couple of honorable mentions as well. First up, it's Megan McDuffie, who I featured in last year's Masters of VGM as one of the up-and-coming composers. She's best known for her work on the soundtracks for River City Girls and River City Girls 2, but she's also done quite a bit of work outside of VGM as a solo artist. I absolutely loved her album Inner Demons, and I'm looking forward to her next solo album as well. Next up, you'll hear Unseen from multi-platform title River City Girls, composed and sung by Megan McDuffie.
Design. Oh, can you sense it? Your story running out of time. Oh, hit like thunder from the darkness. I'll remain unseen and take you down without a trace. Back into the night, I'll slip away. Your will is mine now. Silent footfall, barely witnessed without a trace. Oh, can you feel it? Your wicked charm will be erased. Oh, wearing the evening, wrapped in twilight, seen by so few. Closing in slowly, calculated. I've come for you. Hit like thunder from the darkness. I'll remain unseen and take you down without a trace. Back into the night, I'll slip away. Your will is mine now. Moving shadow, graceful power made by design. Oh, can you sense it? Your story running out of time. Oh, hit like thunder from the darkness. I'll remain unseen and take you down without a trace. Back into the night, I'll slip away. Your will is mine now. Silent footfall, barely witnessed without a trace. Oh, can you feel it? Your wicked charm will be erased. Oh, wearing the evening, wrapped in twilight, seen by so few. Closing in slowly, calculated. I've come for you. Hit like thunder from the darkness. I'll remain unseen and take you down without a trace. Back into the night, I'll slip away. Your will is mine now.
Finally, I've got one more honorable mention. This one goes out to Yoko Kanno, who's better known for her anime composition than her VGM, including work on shows like Cowboy Bebop, Turn A Gundam, and Macross Plus, among quite a few others. But she started her career as a game composer with the Koei Sound Team, working on PC-98 titles like Nobunaga's Ambition and Uncharted Waters. I'm going to play a song from a game she composed that isn't for the PC-98, but instead came out on everyone's favorite system, the Dreamcast. The game is called Napple Tale, Arcia in Daydream, and it never came out in the US. It's a fun platformer that really should get a remaster over here. Anyway, the song is called A Stroll, and here it is. that's the show. If you want to reach me, you can find me on Threads, Tumblr, or Instagram as Shujin Academy VGM Club. I'm also on Mastodon at Shujin Academy VGM Club at mastodon.coffee. My username on Discord is Professor Tom, and I've joined Blue Sky as shujinacademy.bsky.social. All episodes of the show are posted to my YouTube channel, which you can find by searching for Shujin Academy VGM Club. You can email me at shujinacademyvgmclub@gmail.com. Links to everything are available on my Linktree at linktr.ee/Shujin Academy. Please leave me a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you're finding this episode. New episodes are released once or twice a month, depending on how often I get them done, and they premiere on Thursday mornings on your favorite podcatcher and on 8beats.co, the internet's #1 game music radio station. I'm also now appearing on TerraPlayer, the new app that's a destination for gaming podcasts and other content, so you can check me out there. Special thanks for this episode goes out to fellow VGM podcaster Jameson of Bar Silence Podcast for contributing cover art. You can and should find Bar Silence wherever you download podcasts, and check out his website at barsilence.com. Finally, thanks go out to our sponsor Longtones and the Experimental Electronic Jazz Music Project. Check them out on Spotify or find their SoundCloud page in the show notes. I've got one more song to play us out, and it's another track from Yoko Shimomura. I've talked before about how I'm fond of soundtracks for Super Famicom JRPGs that never got released in North America, and if you made a greatest hits compilation of that particularly esoteric subgenre, this song would be prominently featured. It'll be Megalomania from the original Live Alive, so enjoy. Thanks for listening. I'm Professor Tom, and I'll see you next time on Shujin Academy VGM Club.